Habari za asubuhi rafiki. That is, good morning, my friend. Today I'll be continuing, and today I was reminded of a very funny song. It's a very old song and stars two Indian actors. It is a song by Govinda and an actress called Karisma Kapoor. That song goes, where is your mobile number? What is your dial number? So somehow this was ringing in my head because today's topic is going to be um, numbers. Because, it's sort of fundamental to your life. When you are going to tell your address to somebody, you need a number. When you want to know the floor of a building, you need to know a number. When you have to, board a particular number bus or a particular number flight, I mean, there's just infinite ways, including paying in shops, the prices, the phone numbers. Everywhere you will encounter numbers. So, numbers actually in Swahili are not so hard. But of course, we have to learn them and practice them. If you can practice from 1 to 10 properly, the rest of it kind of falls into place. So, why I said this is that I said, let me try and see how do I ask, what is your phone number? Because that's a song that I was going in the head right now. So it's Nambari Yako Yasimuni Gani. That means what is your number? And you have to respond with Nambari Yangu Yasimuni and then give your number. So, well, having started with that, let's start counting the way that preschool kids do. They count from 1 to 10. So let's try that. And you will see that when I was actually counting and telling my son, he told me that some of these numbers are having a lot in common with the Arabic language. So I agree that is true of around three numbers: Sita, Saba, and Tisa. So let us now count. And Moja is one, Billy is two, Tatu is three, Ne is four, Tano is five, Sita is six, Saba is seven, Nane is eight, Tisa is nine, and Kumi is 10. So, since I live on the 10th floor, Kumi is an important number for me. I don't want to really tell, we're not supposed to tell our address and details on the YouTube video, but yes, the 10th floor could be on any building, anywhere. So, you'll find one more interesting thing about Tanzania, which could be actually practically useful. In a lot of countries, the ground floor is known as the first floor. And in India, as well as in Tanzania, luckily, they have the concept of the lowest floor being known as ground floor, and floors below that are known as basements, and the floor above that, the ground above the ground floor, is known as the first floor. So that is the system here when you are trying to tell which floor you wish to exit from. So exit from the lift, rather, from. So now, having counted from 1 to 10, you have to master this, because if you know this, the rest, just like I said, falls into place. So when we start counting from Kumi, we can go Kumi na moja, which means 10 and 1. The letters N-A represent and. So you have to say Kumi na moja. Then you can say Kumi na mbili, Kumi na tatu, Kumi na nne, Kumi na tano, Kumi na sita, Kumi na saba, Kumi na nane, Kumi na tisa. And now you have done up to 19. You need 20. So for 20, you have to say Ishirini. For 30, it's Telatini. Telatini is an interesting number for me right now because the temperature in Tanzania is very hot. It's December, close to Christmas, and it's hot. So it would be Telatini na Tano for the temperature in Tanzania currently, 35 degrees. So it's Ishirini, 20, Telatini, 30, Arabaini for 40, Hamsini for 50, Sitini for 60, Sabini for 70, Temanini for 80. And I find this one funny because it doesn't really follow the rule. It's little extra. So, like Arobaini was out of the way for 40. Temanini for 80 is also wants to be different. Then Tisini for 90. And now we come to 100. Now are counting 90 and we're going to go to 100. So we have to go Mia Moja. Mia does mean 100, but we won't say just 100. We'll say Mia Moja. That is 100. But we are not going to say Mia and Moja. In this case, it is Mia Moja means 100. The next higher number for this is Elfu, which represents 1000. And you'll be wondering where that would be applicable. Well, if you were born in the 1900s or you were born in the 2000s, you would obviously need to tell your birth date, which is being asked in a number of government organizations, using Elfu. And your house address might also go into the thousands in the flat numbers. Now, after that, we have a number which is kind of unique to India. I mean, lakh is something that is 10 to the power of 5, which is something which is used in India. And it was really nice to see that they call 1 lakh here as Lakhi Moja. 1 lakh. And they have Milioni, and that is Milioni Moja is 1 million. I would like to talk about the currency of Tanzania and tell you a funny story in this. The currency of Tanzania is a Tanzanian shilling. And when I came here, my husband gave me notes and said, you pay the plumber. So I'm not quite sure if it's a smart thing to do with someone like me because when the plumber came, he asked me for 30,000 Tanzanian shillings to buy something for the bathrooms. So I said, fine. And then I counted the money my husband had given us. Yes, what? Please, can you wait? I will go and get more money. He was very puzzled. But he said, okay. So I went and got more money. Then I counted out on the table uh, 30 notes and I sat back very happy. So he smiled and thank God he was an honest and good man. He said, let me handle this. He took one, two, three of those notes and said, I'm done. Because each note was a red 10,000 rupee Tanzanian shilling note. I was actually giving him 3 lakhs. So, knowing your numbers is very important and be careful when you're handling the Tanzanian cash because their notes are like 10,000. I have encountered the 10,000 shilling note, a 5,000 shilling note, a 2,000 shilling note and a 1,000 shilling note, the Tanzanian shilling notes. Then they have some coins and in the coins I've seen 500 shilling coin. Then below that, there's a 200 coin and a 100 and a 50. So these are the coins which I have seen while dealing with currency. I can say that quite often, any coins which are below 500 are not treated as change. You'll probably not get it back from the shop. So it's very hard to have a 200 or a 100 or a 50 shilling coin. So you'll have to it pluses and minuses. Sometimes they owe you money and they'll give you, like sometimes we owe them, sometimes they owe us. It all balances it out. So don't worry about the lower amounts of money. So that's coming back from the counting. We have now counted from 1 to a million. Now, I've also talked about phone numbers. So I've told you also how you can ask the number. So you'll say nambari yako ya simuni gani, which means what is your phone number? Now the reply would be nambari yangu ya simuni, and then you would say if your number is starting with 9, you'd go tisa, and then it's 3, so you'd go tatu like that. And you will tell all the individual numbers. By the way, I forgot to tell you 0. 0 is sufuri. So these are the counting which we can do in Tanzania, which I hope is practically useful to you. So Tuto nana. Oh, that word is so hard. I don't know. I really foul it up every time. Tut Tutao nana badaye. I think I got it right finally, which is see you later. And yeah, last time when I was talking, I just want to end up with a little thing. I used a sentence which I learned from Memrise, and I used it in the Four Points Hotel, and it was a very the receptionist was surprised when I said it because I told her Nimafurahi Kukutana Navewe, which is it I'm happy to meet you or nice to meet you. So she wasn't expecting me to say that, and she responded. And she said Nimafurahi Kutana Nave Pia, which means it's nice to meet you too. So that was something which I learned online and which I could actually use in real life. So I like that sentence, and it's a nice sentence. Um, I also learned another one, which is a practical sentence which you could use, and it's unazun gumsa Kingereza, which means, do you speak English? Because, I mean, Swahili of this kind will take you only so far. So maybe we'll be saying Unazungumsa Kingereza to have somebody help us in English. So, let me go and see you later. Kwaheri.